Hello everybody! Welcome back to Watch Dogs, and I see Kevin in the chat here. I'm gonna continue, and we're gonna be joining up with him while we're trying to get this thing started, if we can ever actually manage to make the PlayStation cooperate. Hello? Can you hear me? Right round, round, round. I want your love.
That was kind of what I was thinking.
I mean, that depends.
Well,
How you been?
It's been going. So after hitting the gym, now Ventus is more than ready to combat Galactus after beating Thanos.
Oh, Josh Brolin and a fart cloud.
No, not the fart cloud. Consider, if you will, Ven literally... He does look like the Silver Surfer here, minus the chrome.
I'm like looking at this thinking, this is straight out of a Silver Surfer comic.
Hey, it's awesome.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna go to the gun store because I need to buy some new guns.
Wow, that was easy. And I got a command style.
And some for the police girl. Oh wait, there's no police girl in this game. I need to go find a police girl to buy some guns for.
Yep. Speaking of... Apparently TFS had put out their totally not stealing from Giguk's video on Demon Slayer.
Well, to be somewhat fair, he kind of copied their format for Dragon Ball Z Kai Abridged for Anime in Minutes, but the thing is, they only ever did it for DBZ, and now they're doing it for other stuff, and it's like, you guys could not have been more lame. Have you seen their JoJo video?
I have seen both.
Yeah, I've seen both of them too, and I was not impressed, personally.
I thought that was at least somewhat unique, but Demon Slayer might as well have been on Giguk's channel.
Yeah.
And I said on Twitter that it was not funny. Yeah, I didn't like it. And of course...
not funny. Didn't laugh.
And of course, apparently I am on the whole, oh, Dragon Ball Z Bridged is over. Or stop asking them to do that. And I'm like, I wasn't asking them to do that. I was asking them to make actual content. As in, make something interesting or new, because by the time FF7 Machine Abridged is over, they're going to be out of ideas.
Like I said, they're going to be back to DBZ Abridged in less than 2 years, and it's been 6 months, so I'm going to say it's going to be back in less than a year and a half.
Right.
They are like speed running Doug Walker's post nostalgia critic career here.
Yep. And you know, the weird thing is, anytime I hear Captain Gantu, I'm just like, Kevin Michael Richardson, is that you?
Nice.
And Stitch is still voiced by his actor from the movie. I forget his name. And it's weird how this is supposed to explain Stitch's odd presence in Kingdom Hearts 2 as a summon. But I'm like...
Stitchymon, I choose you!
But I'm just like, why is this character... Oh, fuck you, game. And I can't just remove... I can't just remove potions, either. I have to go out of my way to go sell this crap, because I have been grinding for a while. Would you like to see my stats?
I have been grinding for 20 minutes!
I've been grinding for literal hours. See? Look at that.
Huh. That's quite a while.
Yep. And see my commands? These are the commands that basically give a gigantic middle finger or to all the dumb things that go on in this game. Because Ven can pretty much clear out rooms like it ain't no thing. So rooms like this gauntlet are just going to be a big joke. You can make short work of rooms like this, but Kratos can't even open a goddamn treasure chest.
Here's a little something from Lucky Quinn.
Without looking like he's about to pull a muscle. By the way, those attacks like Salvation and Faith, they fully heal you.
Oh, nice.
So I could basically screen nuke and heal myself throughout this entire gauntlet. By the way, the command style I am now in is Wingblade, aka one of the coolest looking in command styles of all time.
Makes you look like, I don't know, a character from a Gundam series?
Yes.
I think.
And I am just a huge sucker for it. Aw, Stitch has a little wayfinder that he made. Gantu, I hate you.
He has a wayfinder. Better get out of here before Kylo Ren comes after him.
Rise of Skywalker.
So do you want to hear about something I found at a local store on Friday?
What's that?
Okay, so I found this movie called Mythica the Necromancer. And I had to buy it because, one, it was 90% off, and two, it had the following tagline. Watch out, Lord of the Rings, you're about to be outdone.
And let me guess, it was a bomb.
I have not actually watched it yet. Once we get done with Highlander 3, I think we should watch the first one. The first Mythica movie, because this is the third Mythica movie, and the thing is, these are Kickstarter movies starring Kevin Sorbo as Gandalf, basically.
Oh, so Hercules.
Yes, Hercules, aka the one good actor from God's Not Dead.
Oh, goodness. How many of... I tried not to go out of my way not to watch bad movies.
You know, I was a movie critic for like 6 years, so it didn't matter. I watched all kinds of stuff, and I just watched crap by accident.
Oh, by the way, if this setup is not enough to sell you on how broken Ven is, here is a screen nuke as his finisher. Yes, you just saw that.
Knights of the fucking Round, eat your heart out.
Ventus is all the Knights of the Round. Or rather, he's King Arthur. They worship him.
I shouldn't, you know, after what happened with the last Watch Dogs video, I probably shouldn't have the radio on. But the thing is, I like having the music on while I'm running around, because it's a nice bit of background noise to have in these games.
Yeah, it's like you're driving an actual car.
Yeah. By the way, for everybody who was wondering where it went and why it came back up after disappearing shortly, Watch Dogs Part 6 got a copyright claim for a song that you can barely hear because Kevin and I are constantly talking over it, and also the music is so low that the car drowns it out.
I turned the volume down on this TV quite a bit because the music in this game is so friggin' loud.
Yeah.
My mic, unlike the one that has a filter on it, it has picks up everything.
Yeah, the way I get around that is I plug my Yeti right into the PS4 and then plug an Xbox headset into the Yeti.
I'm just gonna sell some stuff. Making lots of moolah.
Oh, sorry about that.
And don't worry, this thing has a mute button. I was talking to my dad.
Hey, this is actually... Oh, that's your fault. That was fortuitous, and now it's not, because now I'm in front of them.
Just selling my stuff so that I can have room in my inventory for treasures and whatnot. Unfortunately, I also have to use up crystals because I can't just sell that for money. Now, can I, game? Because, you know, that would actually make logical sense.
Money, money, money.
You know, there was once a bit in a commentary of Birth by Sleep where it's like the command style wing blade comes up in the conversation, and as one of the commenters is ranting about the Lilo and Stitch anime and how it had this weird ending where
oh, hang on. There's an SUT up here. You know, I keep forgetting that there was a Lilo and Stitch anime.
Plow into him! Do it!
Yes! Keep at him! He's hurt! Keep your head down if you can get to cover!
Oh, you have a loud blender? I actually didn't hear that.
that's because I had it on mute the whole
Need help
time.
here!
My mic.
Take him out!
Oh, come on. You couldn't have gotten out of this.
And I have to use up a pulsing crystal just so I can get one of the chests in here because these chests go towards your completion rating.
Ah, interesting. I typically don't care about that. Although I was surprised to find out that only 30% of people who have played Resident Evil 5 on the PS4 finish it.
I actually have gotten all the medals and whatnot.
Yeah.
Though I still have to beat Desperate Escape on Veteran and Professional mode, which is yet to happen due to the fact that, well, let's just say Veteran mode already beats the pants off of me.
Ram him off the road!
Oh, and if this whole Ventus screen nuking everything isn't enough, he also has an attack very similar to Terra, where he just repeatedly bashes his opponent.
Here.
And not like that.
I'm on it.
And that I will also have to show off in a bit once I get the rest of my command and slots filled out.
I think he's hit.
You know, it's going to be weird going into Kingdom Hearts 1 once I'm finished with this game. And with the fact that the English dub for that has not had any updated recordings or anything. And for the final mix release, unlike the final mix release for Kingdom Hearts 2 and Birth by Sleep. Oh goody, I got a Xehanort report, or that I'll probably have to read later. Or in a dramatic reading. Or you know what, let's do that now. Let's see, secret reports. Alright, so, what am I reading this as?
Can you do it as Megatron?
Oh. That's difficult because... Or you know what? Much time has passed since I left the home of my youth behind, and in the myriad worlds I have since visited, I have gained much knowledge. On these pages, I intend to record a portion of that knowledge, and put the course of my life to paper. Upon reflection, my life underwent the most considerable sea change when I arrived at that place. Yes, it began when I found a master, and another I would later call my brother. When I found a new home, then was the Keyblade. For what purpose was it begotten, and by whom? During my training as one of its wielders, the precepts offered a clear answer. The Keyblade existed so that he who watched over the light could protect the world from the shadows. But what was the true answer? Could there not be more to it than that? My heart sought knowledge, and so I sometimes visited other worlds, though such travels was forbidden unless duty required, and on what my heart sought. Starscream!
Could there not be more to this than meets the eye?
Sorry, I was basing it more on Frank Welker's Transformers Prime voice than I was on his, older voice.
That's fine.
Cause... I'm sorry if I messed it up. Because honestly, it's I do not practice Megatron on as much as I do Optimus.
You're not getting away from me.
Oh yeah, I don't do Megatron very often either.
So I was like, should I try David K or Frank Welker? Because I have heard David K as Megatron on his Megatron was what I grew up on. Because Transformers Armada and and the rest of the Unicron trilogy, which had the weirdest English dub I ever knew to exist.
What the hell went on with the game right there? I was reloading the clip, and then the game just froze as I was trying to fire my gun after it reloaded, and then I was dead.
How random.
I can't tell if I did something wrong there, or if the game just fucked up.
Question for later.
A good question for another time.
So anyway, we're gonna go confront that alien thing or that alien-looking unverse we saw earlier. As he plans to suck the ship dry.
Giggity.
Reason why I don't really have like the Disney Town Keyblade that I should get from the Rumble Racing is because I didn't feel like doing that again after going through the friggin' ice cream rhythm game. Because you know what's one of the songs you have to put up with in that at particular mini game?
It's a Small World.
Yep. It's a
small world.
It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. I will take out my pain and frustration on you! After curing myself, I will kill you!
So you want to hear something really kind of funny?
Go ahead,
I sent GameStop an email about how slow they were taking and shipping something I bought from them.
Drive into him, do it!
And then it took them 4 months to respond. They responded... God damn it. That's an issue of the controls. They responded 4 months and a day later.
Just sending everybody I can the screen.
Yep. Timely. That's actually longer than the record. The previous record was Funimation. They took 3 months.
Wow.
They took 3 months, then they took another 3 months.
Sure. Because something as adorable as that is only capable of destruction.
Instruments of destruction.
We only just met a few minutes ago, but we're totally friends. And to think the guy who voices Captain Gantu is also Trigon the Terrible in Teen Titans. Why they couldn't use Keith David when they already had him as the robot Atlas, I have no idea. So now Ven is being chased by the cops. Because on the way out he said, "The police." Uh-oh.
You're a... Oh!
Okay, that was my fault. I forgot about the guys behind me. So, yesterday, because we were preparing for a, what is technically classed as a, double fucking storm.
Lovely.
Yes. We were cleaning up the backyard to make sure that there was nothing that could, fly around and hit shit in case the storms actually came here. And I got bit by an ant that was about half an inch long.
I can understand that.
Yeah. It literally felt like a combination of a bee sting and somebody stabbing me with a needle. But it went away fairly quickly. Then I got bit by a bunch of smaller ants, and it hurt even worse.
Ouch.
Yeah.
It's like getting eaten. So we're off to Neverland.
Say your prayers, little one. Don't forget, my son, to include everyone. I'll tuck you in, warm within, keep you free from sin, till the Sandman he comes. Sleep with one eye open.
Oh, that's a panty shot.
gripping a pillow tight.
Exit light. Oh, that is a panty shot. And tonight, take my hand.
We're off to Never Land.
hand.
Yeah, the weird thing is I synced up part of that song to the scene in Berserk where the eclipse just starts at the end of episode 23 in the OLM anime, and it fit too well.
Something's wrong, shut the light, heavy thoughts tonight, and then they honor Snow White. Dreams of wars, dreams of liars, dreams of dragons fire, and of things that will bite. Sleep with one eye open.
How are you timing this?
Exit light.
You timed that a little too well, because Ventus was starting opening his eyes and only one eye seemed to open. I bet you Ventus actually listens to Metallica. Every so often Aqua's like, I wonder what he's listening to. Then hears Enter Sandman, and she's like, okay. And she was like, I thought Terra was edgy. It's the nice ones you gotta beware of. You mean the Native American camp? This game came out in 2010, and, well...
We're fucking screwed!
Yeah.
You wanna get shot?
You know, quite frankly, I couldn't give a shit, so...
I know you couldn't. I'm just saying in general, because I'm like, oh, Peter Pan.
Okay, I can kill all of these motherfuckers except for those two. I have no idea why. These guys are trafficking human organs, and I can just kill all of them except for the two guys that they marked that I can't. That is so dumb.
Indeed. Even though you should just be able
and
to.
this person is just gonna walk past this crime scene where I just killed a bunch of guys. It took you like 2 minutes when you were looking directly at it to realize.
Move.
How did you not drive away?
Fucking son of a... Fuck.
Why are you driving in? Why are you running into the crime scene?
Authorities have confiscated a shipping
That is
container loaded with
excellent
military-grade
question.
weapons worth millions of dollars.
That I would
The
actually
shipment
like
came from
the
Central
answers
Europe.
to.
Just how it got into the country isn't clear.
Okay, so this level is where Ven's supposed to learn Glide via Tinkerbell, but in the last stream, I ended up getting Super Glide in Disney Town via sequence breaking.
Interesting.
So I could just do that.
Did you know that Disney apparently makes a lot of money off of their direct-to-video Tinkerbell movies?
That does not surprise me in the slightest, considering considering how Disney Channel markets those.
Yeah.
Funny enough, they had Mae Whitman, the voice of Katara from Avatar: The Last Airbender, voice Tinkerbell.
Interesting.
Funny, and another interesting thing is Mae Whitman also provided the voice of Yuffie with the Final Fantasy VII cast in the Kingdom Hearts games.
Neat.
However, do be reminded that that is subject to change once the remake actually adapts having her in the cast.
One more target.
Because at this point, the remake has only adapted up to the end of Midgar, which I'm like, ooh, that is... Oh boy, they've got a long way to go. Like, seriously.
I have company across the fucking river.
And supposedly, from what I'm told of the game's attempt at marketing, they said that they were going to have Final Fantasy VII be presented in an episodic format similar to like .hack. And I'm just like, you sure you want to do that?
I'm gonna take this guy out.
Because that just seems counterproductive. Yeah, this is kind of a bit of a trade-off since last stream with Kingdom Hearts Fran was here, but you didn't end up being here now. How you're here in Fran's not due to the fact that he's watching a Monday Night Raw, a watch party.
So speaking of direct-to-video, have you seen the latest degeneracy to come out of Netflix?
I have not. I have heard of Cuties, but I have not seen it, and I will not. And we will not be discussing that.
I was just gonna say, hey, that it's funny that that film came out of Sundance, considering last year's big Sundance film was Leaving Neverland.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not planning on watching it. It was just one of those things I figured I should mention that it's this year's big Sundance film, and well, last year they put on a big theatrics about Leaving Neverland, which was a cock and bull story to begin with, and now that they've just dropped all pretense of actually caring about anything.
Yep.
Copy that. A high-powered patrol unit is en route to the suspect.
Oh, hi, Peter Pan.
Who's he voiced by?
Let me go and... let's see.
Apparently the cops are not capable of looking for a orange car with a broken windshield. Oh wait,
Peter
surprise.
Pan
Yeah.
in the Kingdom Hearts series. Peter Pan in the Kingdom Hearts series is voiced by Christopher Steele.
Interesting. Yes, apparently the police are not capable of looking for an orange and black car or with broken windshield, riddled with bullet holes, scrapes all down the sides, and no hood. And might I also mention that there is smoke and or steam leaking from the engine.
Oh, jeez.
They are not capable of finding this incredibly hidden car. I have no idea how they could possibly find me through this perfect disguise. I have not changed cars.
I'm not even sure if Peter Pan's voice actor in this game, in the Kingdom Hearts series, even remotely sounds like Bobby Driscoll.
I have not seen the Peter Pan movie.
Excuse me, what?
No, I have actually never seen Disney's Peter Pan.
I'm sorry, what?
I have read Peter and the Starcatchers. I've read the original novel, but I have not actually watched the animated movie. I have also not watched Return to Neverland.
I'm in a bit of disbelief over here, because I have somehow seen this 50s movie, and yet you who have seen more movies than I have has not seen this movie that a lot of people, including my parents, have seen.
Now, allow me to explain in why. I have a DVD copy of the movie. It's just that it's one of those. It's just that it's one of those weird digital copies from before the age of movies anywhere and Voodoo and stuff like that. So all it has is an encrypted WMV file on it. that can't actually be played back. That's fun. Thanks, Disney. Very cool.
I know what we'll be doing at some point. You're forcing my hand, more so than I've forced your hand. We will be watching Peter Pan.
That's fine with me.
Grab the fucker! Backup is here!
Yes, to be reminded, all those flippy-doos are absolutely necessary. Just like all the backflips in that action scene from the Highlander movie.
Yes. This is just random old guy with a French sword doing backflips, tactical backflips to get away from Connor McLeod.
Oh yes, Connor McLeod.
One more sweep around.
Oh, hi, Captain Hook.
He has to be close. Look around.
Boom, as I've mentioned last time when we were in Neverland, is voiced by Corey Burton.
All right, listen. We gotta give it up.
And the worst part is, his Captain Hook here sounds better than most of the other characters he's had to replace the voice of.
Huh. Disney has this really strange habit of picking the worst voice actors to replace their iconic and incredibly well-known voice actors with.
And it's not like... And Corey Burton is one of those iconic actors. Because, you know, he's known for Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers.
Yep. But have you heard the new voice of Kermit?
No, I have not. How terrible does it sound?
Worse than my Kermit the Frog impression.
Now, how could that be possible?
Possibly because he has too deep of a voice to actually even try to do Kermit the Frog. Hi-ho!
And yet, I could still do that voice easily, and my voice is deeper than yours.
Yeah, and my voice is already really fucking deep. Like tenor bordering on bass at times.
Same. I can do both tenor and baritone when it comes to voice and singing, but don't try to get me to do anything below that, because we all know how well that ended, as seen in our previous stream of RE5 when I tried to do the higher pitch. When I tried to heighten my pitch to the original singer of Snake Eater.
We're off to Neverland!
Oh, God.
Say your prayers, little one! Don't forget my son! Do include everyone! I suck you in, warm and thin, keep you from sin, till the Sandman he comes! Sleep with one eye.
We're supposed to be having a tense moment here, and yet, and Mickey singing Enter Sandman is happening.
Exit light, and turn take my hand. We're off to Neverland.
Can we get an album of Mickey Mouse singing Metallica?
Sad but true.
Oh my God. So, anyway.
Don't tread on me.
What the hell is wrong with my car? What the hell went wrong with my car?
What's
I can go
wrong
backwards.
With your face?
I can go backwards, but I can't go forward. Okay, fuck this. Lives in a van down by the river. Why can't I steal the van? Oh, hey, there's a chess puzzle around here.
Anyway.
Oh, it's not available.
So, getting back to the topic of Team Force, or sorry, it's like people would say like, oh, like, oh, why don't you just let it go? Oh, and I'm like,
911, please state the nature of your emergency.
easy for you to say when, you know...
For one thing, nothing was ever accomplished by letting something go like that.
Yeah.
For another... The fact that the fucking dragon is in their logo, the fact that they're named Team 4-Star, yeah, they're never gonna... nobody's ever gonna forget about that. No, people are never gonna let it go.
Maybe they should just change their YouTube name, their channel logo, and everything, and so that they could actually let it go.
But then they'll wind up in a position where they don't have the brand recognition. It's like Mia Khalifa still screaming under her porn name while complaining about how there's a stigma against her, you know? It's exactly the same thing. It's just that, you know, TFS is slightly more respectable and also not lying to everybody about their professional experiences.
Right. A strange-looking fellow with a funny-looking sword, and I'm like, that sounds like a buff boy. Boy who's so stupid that he lost his body into an old man. So now we're supposed to be imbued with the ability to glide, when we already had that. See, this is why you shouldn't be allowed to sequence break getting a glide ability in this game. But due to how Birth by Sleep handles stuff like this, you can.
Tender area. What did you get? It's a QR code, a real working one. If somebody scans it, set up a website for my movie review blog. Free advertising.
It's hilarious, yet still kind of badly designed. It's not like how Kingdom Hearts 1 or Kingdom Hearts 2 handled it, where you weren't allowed to sequence break getting glide until you fulfilled the parameters in the story to get that.
Let's see, what's the objective? Ah, fuck it.
Summon
I'm just gonna
Cthulhu.
take this guy down.
Is that?
Yes.
Doesn't look right.
That might be in one of the digital trips. You never know.
And I swear I am just talking out of my ass when it comes to that.
What are you doing here? Think you're good? I'm better.
Oh, now this is an interesting situation. I forget what the actual line of dialogue is with that bit where Cell somehow just talks right out of his ass. Quite literally.
Well, this is an unfortunate situation. And this
Is it weird that your Cell kind of sounds more like that teacher from Rocco's Modern Life?
Oh, Ed.
Because that's what it sounds like.
Interesting.
I can make my Cell either sound like Damian Clark, Travis Willingham, or Curtis.
Yeah, I'm pretty much just the Curtis Cell.
Yeah.
Of course, I could probably do.
Though Clark, I try to do with Perfect Cell, whereas with Travis, I end up emulating that in Semi-Perfect Cell. Well, since that voice is within my vocal range.
Yeah, Semi-Perfect Cell, I kind of wind up going a bit more Damian Clark on, I think.
So this is what lips feel like. Ba 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 ba. Blah 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 blah.
Oh, that's so amazing.
I got nothing. I'll check over there. Where'd that go? Wake up! Hey!
Sure.
Come on now. Show me that little.
Oh no.
Careful! Grenade out! Get the cover!
Oh, Peter Pan's gonna get in on that ass.
Just call him Peter Pants.
Poor Spee. He doesn't deserve this.
Grenade going in!
Oh yes, because Captain Hook is going to take on a Keyblade wielder. With the crocodile nearby. Yeah, because really, Captain Hook, I can understand you taking on Peter Pan, but against an actual Keyblade wielder, you don't stand a ghost of a chance. Especially when I have moves like this.
You get the moves like Jagger?
Yep.
Yes. There's no reason to suspect anything here. Aiden Pierce, Master of Stealth. Nope, no reason to suspect. Nothing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's right. Keep dodging. I'll be right there.
I beat him by dodge rolling.
Careful! Grenade out!
Thunder Roll, you are amazing. And now Hook is going to be chased by the crocodile again.
You cannot eat rapid fire shotgun and not get
Smee!
and not get fucking fucked up.
Your bullets against my armor?
Shoot now!
Don't make me laugh.
DedSec protects the zone.
No, this isn't right. Go! I'll cover you!
Well, a bunch of monsters raided it.
Well, I managed to stagger him. That's good. And somehow managed to survive getting shotgunned in the head.
Somehow.
DedSec can't allow justice to fail.
And because it's Chicago, nobody cares.
You know, the weirdest thing with the cutscenes in any of the Kingdom Hearts games is that there's a different face for certain cutscenes when you... But there's also a face that's used for just default gameplay and whatnot. You know, the default face. There is quite a number of characters that have default face throughout a lot of this. And I'm just like, why? Because you know what game on the PlayStation Portable never used default face for any of its cutscenes? Crisis Core.
Huh.
Not a single face in any cutscene uses default face. And now Mickey's Star Shard is going to send Ven on a cosmic trip. I have to go back to Neverland anyway, because there's some treasures I missed. Though I also have... And I think Peter Pan's gonna get kidnapped by Hook in the first Kingdom Hearts game. Pixie Petal, a Keyblade I will not be using because why would you use that dinky-ass Keyblade for anything?
Whenever you say Peter Pan, I keep thinking
Goofy.
Peter Pants.
Goofy and Donald, or Donald and Goofy. By the way, in this, when we do Kingdom Hearts 2, I already have a drinking game set up.
But for now,
Okay.
So the drinking game is take a shot every time a character, or in the game, addresses as Sora and the group as Sora, Donald, and Goofy exclusively in that order.
Sora, Donald, Goofy.
Take a shot. I guarantee any viewer of ours who is over 21 and drinking and consuming alcohol will probably be wasted by the time the game is over, and I do intend to do just about everything in KH2 when I get to doing that game. And this is pretty much the best setup I could have for Ven. Aside from having too many thunder surges, is to know what to do with all of them. Oh, come on!
Because nobody's gonna think twice about the guy who's rolling around in a stolen police van.
Rolling around at the speed of crap.
What is the speed of crap, anyways? Do we need to ask Eddie Brock about that?
I don't know. Okay. The mysterious tower, a world that comprises of only 3 rooms. Oh, those eyes. You know, the eyes of Yen Sid, those are the eyes that have seen the abyss. Those are the eyes that have seen the end of days. And you know why he doesn't tell anybody how the end of days goes?
Because it's a terrible movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Okay, besides that, take another guess why.
Should be very close.
Fight ye not monsters, etc.?
No, it's because people think that he's taken too much crack.
What are you looking at?
Wanted for murder in Cambodia.
What's that in his hand?
We got some strange comment on the Highlander video where it's like, let me go.
Oh yeah, it's some porn channel.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I figured.
You advocate capital punishment, and yet me killing a guy who's wanted for murder is apparently not cool with you. That is...
So now we find out that Mickey is in the Keyblade graveyard, because Vanitas somehow beat his ass there. I'm like, if it were him and Master Xehanort double teaming him, I could understand, but as far as I know, it was only Vanitas. Yeah, because Donald and Goofy are totally going to take on Master Xehanort and Vanitas. I mean, I get it in Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and 3, they are practically Goofy is practically unkillable. Well, except in 2, where he gets absolutely destroyed.
All
Donald-
I feel around me is fear. I am dead man.
No, you won't. So we get not one, not two, but 3 D-Links after our adventure in Neverland. We got one from Peter Pan, one from Donald and Goofy, one each from Donald and Goofy. I gotta go and revisit some places and grab some stickers. I am never going back to you.
We are never, ever, ever getting back together.
Oh, God.
I don't know why that popped into my head.
Don't remind me of bad Taylor Swift songs.
Yeah, I don't know why that popped into my head. That just
And then
did.
I have to explain to people why I don't like Taylor Swift.
I can explain why I don't like Taylor Swift fairly easily. A couple of teenage girls sang some of her worst songs at karaoke very poorly one time, and I just haven't...
That'll do it.
Yeah. I haven't cared for it since.
You know, I want... during karaoke, it's like, I end up getting surprisingly positive reception when it comes to singing, and I'm just like, I guess it really does just depend on the song in question that I'm singing.
Well, that depends
You know what I mean?
on it if you're singing it to actually sing it too, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, like, sometimes I'll just sing it for, like shits and giggles, and obviously it's gonna sound pretty bad. Because I know for a fact that I can sing. It's just...
I'm not laughing at you, I'm laughing at this Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War trailer banned in China because of footage of Tiananmen Square.
Reminds me of a song that Jack Black once sang in Tenacious D.
Which one?
With karate, I'll kick your ass.
Okay, look,
Here to Tiananmen Square. Oh yeah, motherfucker, gonna kick your fucking dairy, yeah. You broke the rules, now I pull out of your pubic hair. Motherfucker.
I could use some help.
Kyle betrayed me, then he lied, tried to hide, and he died deep inside. Now I know the reason why. I'm gonna kick your ass. I'm here to right over there. Oh yeah, motherfucker, gonna kick your fucking dairy, yeah. You broke the rules. Now I pull out of your pubic hair.
Was that so hard?
You motherfucker. You motherfucker.
Let's go then.
That was literally the whole song.
That's fucking amazing.
What?
I mean, I knew Tenacious D were fucking and crazy, but that's an awesome bit of crazy.
Look it up sometime. It's amazing. Funny enough, Laney Patora ended up using that as his as the intro to Yu Yu Hakusho abridged edge for a while.
Nice.
Although of course after a few episodes and using a bit of Advent Children's soundtrack for the intro later, or he ended up using briefly a censored version of the song with Kuwabara and Yusuke saying either naughty word or bad word, heard over the times they dropped the F-bomb in the song.
These aren't typical game bangers.
And now Ven is going around like he's on he's a friggin' Beyblade.
I just noticed that your gameplay is window boxed for some reason.
Yeah, that's the thing with this and Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth.
Because they're ports of PSP and Vita games?
No, window boxing has actually been a thing in for the Kingdom Hearts release is for since the first one. Even God of War 4's PS4 port is or God of War 3's PS4 port is window boxed.
That is so fucking dumb.
It is. I very much agree with you. That is beyond stupid. Like, I can... Oh, and Resident Evil 4 is also window boxed.
Oh, brilliant.
Because it's a GameCube, PS2 game.
But wasn't it... But, yeah... Oh my
Don't try to
God.
think about it too long. Your head might end up hurting after a while.
It's not that difficult to set the fucking aspect ratio, guys.
It really isn't. I'm still trying to find a goddamn sticker. You know, when a Super Saiyan asks you for a Sensu Bean, you answer with how many?
When a goddamn Super Saiyan asks you for a Sensu Bean, you ask how many.
Am I just forgetting where these things are in the game? Because I know I'm missing one in this area, and then I gotta eventually advance the story till I get the Keyblade Graveyard, which then I can go and grab the sticker there, and then, you know, be done with the album, so that I can go through the Mirage Arena again, because yes, I gotta do that two other times than just doing it as Terra.
Shit.
I know, it's dumb game design, but I can't really do much about it. Like, literally, no joke, I can't do much about something that, you know, is part of the game itself.
You know, if I recall correctly, the Wii version of Resident Evil 4 had dynamic aspect ratios.
Twilight Princess had a 16:9 aspect ratio on the Wii port of that.
Huh.
And that was originally developed as a GameCube game.
Yeah.
And yet it has better facial animation than any Kingdom Hearts game.
Because it's a Square Enix game. What did you expect? Them to
For it
not
to be
completely...
good?
Yeah, them to not completely half-ass a title that ain't Kingdom Hearts. That ain't Final Fantasy, rather.
Oh no, that's cold, man. Because I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. I can see straight through you. Not like that, no, that would be weird. You know, that bit in Mulan where Mushu says he can see straight through her armor and then she just smacks him away while covering her chest?
That's funny.
It was. Too bad we're not going to get Mushu in the live-action remake. Thanks a lot, Disney, for taking away one of the funniest characters in that movie while still leaving Timon and Pumbaa intact in the Lion King remake. That made no sense. Oh, That's the sticker I was missing. I don't know how I missed that. I could have sworn I got it. And when I came in here, oh well, time to rectify that mistake.
Police got an eye on every corner, which means they pick up all the small-time players who don't know. Cuts away my competition.
Because yes, I need all the stickers so I can get Rhythm Mixer, aka the best command style in this game. Which, by the way, is a command style that everybody gets, and not just, you know, Ven and Terra.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay, so... One sec. Gotta use the John.
Okay. See you in a bit.
There. The IP address is coming from that room.
There's a card reader on it. Shit. Key's hidden in his dog tag.
Listen, ain't nobody stole from you, boy. Get your boss on the phone. Yeah, it'll take a few. It'll fucking take a few. Hey, Buck, get your ass in here. What are you doing with that? I thought I told you. I just thought that you... This shit won't fly. You remember Grandma's bulldog? That ugly little fox? Fathead. Always came running when you hollered for him, right? But always kept pissing on the floor, too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No, you don't. Listen. It cost
and I'm back.
Business. And who do you think's gonna win?
So, anyway.
Yeah, Mr.
You remember that time? You remember that time when Darkside Phil was caught doing...
Yeah, I remember that.
That was embarrassing. I'm like...
I won't be fleeced, Mr. O'Rack. Yo, chill, it ain't how it went down. See, I think you're confused. This is a business collaboration. Your guests are my guests. Listen, we'll talk this out at the auction. Don't be a stoke.
A dude was caught with his pants down. Was practically caught with his pants down without his pants actually being down.
Fucking leprechaun can suck my lucky charm. This fuck's a stoked. Yo, it's a weasel, man.
How do you fail that epically?
By not realizing that the camera was on, apparently.
I'm like... I was just like, when I first heard of him, like, no, he didn't. Then... And I saw the thing, and I'm like, oh no, he did! Why? Why? I keep asking myself. And then I'm just like, oh no. Oh no. So yeah, we got 2 stickers left, and they are both in the Keyblade Graveyard. So Rhythm Mixer is a great incentive to get people to actually, you know, go find the stickers.
I don't see how you can get on the compound. Never mind near that room. Even the security locks on the doors are encrypted.
That fat kid, Bedbug, he's gonna go in for me.
Just like that. And why should he help us?
Fat.
I'm betting he's one mistake away from a bullet to the head.
That's politically incorrect, Ethan.
I'll be recording.
I'm Mickey, who is currently unconscious. Oh, and
don't you know
old
it's
man
person of size now?
Oh, and old man Spock.
Spock.
Is it weird that I also got that from
Aiden,
Rift
not Ethan.
Oh, and fun fact, in the beta build for this game, when it was initially announced, this scene where Ven is remembering his training with Master Ericus, that happened in Olympus Coliseum.
Huh.
But instead, it happens here for some reason.
We're now watching a camera from a Dustbot NX-1701. Dustbot NX-1701, seriously? That's 2 Star Trek references in one there.
No.
Are we watching some kind of zombie cannibal thing here? What the fuck? Yes, this guy is chopping up a hand.
But some people say Kai. So the meaning's the same. And I'm like, why couldn't they just call it the Kai Blade then? That would be so much better than just calling it the Keyblade.
Did this guy... I can't tell if this guy just ate a human hand or not.
Of course Ericus knows what we are.
I read the news today. Something about a high-speed.
I'm sure he would have told Ventus at some point in his life.
Are you with Nikki?
Because, you know, he's nearly an adult. By legal standards. It's just, you know.
Assassin Dad seems to know you like I do.
Just get her.
Oh, at that point, he's still kind of a kid.
Why is he talking to the guy he just killed?
There's something inside Ross's
It's a confession?
kind of
That's just dumb.
And like I said, I'm sure he would have told you why later on,
Why I need your help.
but common sense is not among a lot of these characters, as you've noticed.
Was that
Yeah.
so painful?
Oh yeah, IMDb's poll for the best Batman and is coming to the final right here, and it came down to Ben Affleck and Christian Bale.
Not anymore.
Not surprised.
Yeah, Val Kilmer and David Mazouz were knocked out in the first round, along with George Clooney and Kevin Conroy.
It's a shame.
Well, shouldn't my sister?
At least
Now Ventus is out here
Conroy
without
lost to
his
Keaton.
Because I'm being held by
Fair
your
enough.
friend and you need a little slack.
Well, it sounds worse when you say it like that.
Aw. Ever hurt your feelings? I forget what a sensitive boy you are.
You know me. Heart on my sleeve.
So now we get to go back to the land of departure.
Nikki does too.
So we get to see the full context of why Master Ericus was about to basically try to kill Ventus. This earlier in Terra's story.
Okay, so, that was a massive waste of time.
What?
That video log. Right now I'm going through this, CTOS leaks here.
Oh, and speaking of Mark Hamill, have you seen that Obi-Wan Kenobi
Come on! I'm trying to sleep here, moron!
I'm like,
shut the fuck up!
Cringe. So much cringe.
Oh, I'm not brave enough for politics.
No. Oh, Obi-Wan Kenobi is not. Hamill should know that since, you know, he was part of the same franchise.
Nice tits. They look like stones trapped in soggy paper bags.
Oh, and here we get an explanation as to why Ericus has some scars on his face.
But cute. That hit it.
Devil's goat beard here did that to him.
Of course, apartment M. So you're a drug dealer now, huh? Can't wait for some crackheads to slit your throat.
So
and
Xehanort
rape your
basically
corpse.
spells out his intentions right here and then. But somehow, even though his intentions have not changed in the slightest, Ericus still let him be within in reach of any of his students.
You know, I'm not the guy.
Shut the fuck up, I'm watching TV.
Because that makes
very
sense.
I mean, you know, it's just browsing on the internet, and my friend said...
Oh, and funny enough, in Dream Drop Distance, which I will not be playing for this because I hate that game so much. Yeah, he's that crazy. So, beat his ass. So anyway, in Dream Drop Distance, young Xehanort ended up voiced by Ben Diskin, and as opposed to David Gallagher as heard earlier or in the first part of this game. So go beat his ass. And somehow, scars to Master Ericus's face is currently preventing him from going to try and attack Xehanort further. He's just gonna let him leave.
Of course!
You know, you could just say, hey, I'm gonna go with you to go stop him, instead of, you know, trying to kill one of your pupils.
That would be logical and wouldn't be a waste of time.
So would a lot of the things that...
Keyword alert. What's this guy searching for?
Oh, hi, Tara. We haven't seen you for a large portion of this game, bud.
Those look like CRT monitors that are like less than a foot thick. That is not possible. That is physically not
manly
possible.
Tear. And now Tara's crotch is going to be doing more fighting.
Ah.
I know they're supposed to be fighting with their keyblades, but from that camera angle, it looked like his crotch was doing all the fighting. Oh, and a reminder, this bit in when Tara's is vowing to defend his friend from Ericus, this scene happened in the beta build in Hollow Bastion as opposed to here. A lot of things are different in the beta build, like the fact that Ven went to the actual Castle of Dreams as opposed to being in Cinderella's house. And Ven doesn't get to stick around to watch this fight because Tara just sent him somewhere else, specifically Destiny Islands.
Citizens are vulnerable. Take back control.
Because we have to tie it all together, or at some point or another.
Load up in a totally not Dodge Ram here. That logo is like a combination of the Dodge logo and the Audi logo.
Oh, hi, Vanitas. You know, it's kind of sad.
What?
Among every ship possible in the Kingdom Hearts series, all of the Oye ships are the most popular, and one of those being Ventus and Vanitas. And I'm like, so he's shipped with himself. Because Vanitas is Ventus's dark half, as we're about to see in this bit of flashback.
You guys were the ones blocking the fucking parking lot, guys.
We'll be seeing you in Kingdom Hearts 1. Neo Shadows are basically like stronger shadows.
Do you got the shit? Give me just one more day, please.
Those which are essentially heartless. Name the enemy.
Hey, pal.
And I'm like, so we're having heartless now, as opposed to the fact that they were the established enemy of the first Earth game and Chain of Memories.
See here. Don't need that. Don't need that.
And Ben gets beaten up by a bunch of Neo Shadows. You know, it's weird how in Japan a lot of the final mix versions for the Kingdom Hearts games end up being, you know, end up being released with the English audio as opposed to the Japanese audio.
That's apparently a fairly common thing. Metal Gear Solid Integral did that too.
And funnily enough, there is a light novel actually going into detail about how Vanitas' experiences have been and his motive as to why he wants to fight Ventus. Obviously to serve Xehanort, but initially his reasoning was so that he could essentially stop all the pain that hits him whenever an Unversed dies. Because yes, spoiler early on, he's the reason the Unversed exist. And every time we kill an Unversed, he ends up suffering quite a bit of pain. As it flows
What the
right
fuck
back
did I
into
do? I just pissed off the police. What the hell did I do?
I don't know. And Xehanort basically was like, hi Mason. Xehanort was basically like, hey, I've got a solution for you. How about you fight with your light half and merge with him to forge the Keyblade. And that is the best endgame Keyblade that we could get via the story, and we've got another thing for dramatic reading.
Ooh, let's see.
Lost Memory.
Do it as... Let's see here. Is there anybody famous who has amnesia? That was not my fault, guys. That was y'all's fault. What the why did the police car just spontaneously combust?
I could do it as Shadow.
Yeah, do it as Shadow.
Though, brief warning, I will be doing it in the Kirk Thornton voice.
You won't be doing it as the Jason Griffith version. Or the previous version, I can't remember who that was.
David Humphrey. You know, I can do that. We Keyblade Masters have a special gift. We can extract a heart, be it our own or that of another. By continuing this cycle, it is possible to remain in the world of the living forever. As a boy, I dreamed of seeing the farthest reaches of the world. If I only went far enough, there had to be a world out there in which no one had ever set foot. And now I know of just such a world. If I become the first to open Kingdom Hearts' door, I can create a next world in which light and darkness exist in perfect equilibrium. So there I stood, with vast knowledge in one ungnarled, dying hand, and newfound purpose as in the other. The next step was clear. I needed a new vessel, and that was when I met Ventus and made him my pupil. We were destined to meet, and I could sense the potential within him, but the boy was too benign for his own good. I came to the conclusion he was too frail to serve as a vessel, and decided to use him for a second purpose I had in mind. I would remove the darkness from his heart and split him in two. Then I would have my heart of pure light and my heart of pure darkness.
You would be the one to fill his dark soul with light!
And I'd promise you revenge. That was actually a famous line from Shadow in Sonic Adventure 2. Where it's like, as he's making this vow out to himself and Maria, he essentially chooses to promise her revenge, even though he's remembering things incorrectly. Because yes, even in Sonic Adventure 2, he had a tad bit of amnesia. By the way, look at this Keyblade.
It's not like that, Grandma.
Huh. Looks like some Devil May Cry shit.
Good or bad?
Well, good.
Yeah, I definitely picture this in the good Devil May Cry games. That isn't DMC Devil May Cry or Dino's game.
Yeah. Your Name Here says, have you seen the god-awful Battletoads reboot? I have seen it, I have not played it.
I've seen footage of it. The designs don't look too bad, but the gameplay is way too simplistic.
And the writing is not good.
Yeah, I liked one bit of it, where Rash pretty much said that he was the best kisser, and then it's like, how are you best kisser? And he's like, I practiced all the time. And they're like, on your hand.
Oh, shit.
And I'm just like, oh god. I hope the rest of the game wasn't, that bad, but it doesn't pique my interest at all. And I'm like, part of
what the hell happened? Is this my fault?
Part of what made Battletoads interesting was also its difficulty, because despite all the criticism towards Battletoads with the difficulty, that is actually one aspect that I always recognize from the series, which is its absurd difficulty.
So have you seen the design for Casey Jones from Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Oh god, I found another dramatic reading! I'll wait until we get out of here to go to the head to the Mirage Arena before reading that, because we get from one dramatic reading, we get one bit of for dramatic reading, and then we get to another, and I'm just like, oh dear lord. I'm not even sure how I would even approach trying to get you to play these games, Alex. I'm not even sure, because, by the way, I could give these tornadoes the big middle finger. You can't catch me. You know you can't catch me. You can't catch me. You can't catch me. One of them's even circling back to come after me. Which, by the way, people tend to try to avoid these because of, well, this. Because they force you into a battle gauntlet.
Okay, so apparently the worse I drive, the less suspicious they are.
Which which is dumb.
I want to be a shot caller, dude. Come on. I'll try your ass wherever you want to go.
You know who could also realistically avoid these tornadoes pretty well?
That's why I want to keep
well, in terms of this game, not, you know, in general.
The red tornado?
Duh, he could just, you know... do stuff to make the tornadoes go away. Hey, first of all...
Damn, B, not so loud.
Though, can you really guess how I plan on trying to end my attempt at redoing Justice League Dark Apocalypse War?
Damn, man, they expecting trouble? Looks like Iraq locking everything down.
They summon Exodia?
That would be funny, but not what I had in mind.
Remember when Flying his crew disappeared? Yeah, they stepped out of line.
The unstoppable Exodia!
So Exodia just gets into an epic fight with Darkseid, and it looks better animated than Exodia's fight with Zork?
Basically, yes.
Here's the sad thing. Millennium World is a great arc. The animation behind that arc, besides the opening animation, the Japanese version, is terrible.
That's later seasons of Yu-Gi-Oh! For you, sadly.
Yep. When the animator for the openings that does a lot of the neat moments in Yu-Gi-Oh!'s animation. And that's what happens when he leaves production. Because the last thing he animated was that opening. Well, in terms of Yu-Gi-Oh! stuff. Well, in terms of stuff from original Yu-Gi-Oh!
Well, technically from the second series.
Yes. And, the weird thing is that even though Herakti ended up informing our heroes that yes, there wasn't anything else to do since all the evil in the world was purged, or thanks to, you know, summoning her.
So it's kind of like Power Rangers after in space.
It's like, okay, so we're supposed to be done, but then we find it, but then, and because later Yu-Gi-Oh! Series is like GX and whatnot end up contradicting a lot of main series stuff. We end up getting with like new things of evil like the Society of Light and whatnot, and I'm just like, how would they even attempt to explain this when all evil in the world was supposed to be purged after the death of Zork?
Man, kid wasn't even banging. Shot down in front of his
Okay, you know what? I could actually have fun with this. I could choose any color I'd want for for Ven's armor in Mirage Arena, but then again, online features are not available in this game when they originally were on the PSP. Yes, you could actually play online multiplayer with this game.
Huh.
Nah, they don't come out here no more.
Hey, you know what? I'm not gonna go with it.
I give a shit about this place.
It ain't right, man.
Used to be a bit of a load screen. In between. You thought you weren't gonna see rumble racing in this playthrough? This is gonna be the one time I actually show off rumble racing on Ven's part. Or because I'll probably just off-screen the rumble racing I'd have to do for him and Aqua, since I gotta do Mirage Arena again with her. Oh, come on!
Don't worry about Iraq, worry about me.
Then again, I do prefer her doing, But then again, Ven is my go-to guy for Mirage Arena.
Damn it, I thought I was going to be able to get to him before he noticed me. Damn it.
Damn it, Hinageshi. She's one of the movie original characters for Yu Yu Hakusho Poltergeist Report, or the Yu Yu Hakusho the movie Poltergeist Report. Yes, the movie. Yes, the second movie for Yu Yu Hakusho is literally titled Yu Yu Hakusho. Oh, the Poltergeist Report, which is redundant if you know what Yu Yu Hakusho translates to.
Yep.
Poltergeist Report. So it's Poltergeist Report the movie, Poltergeist Report. How does that make any sense at all? Plus, it has nothing to do with ghosts. Oh, it's the movie itself. It has to do with denizens from this place called the Netherworld, where apparently they're trying to get past a barrier erected by King Enma. Have you even seen Yu Yu Hakusho?
No, I have not.
You need to. And yes, as much as I don't like Funimation at this point in time, that is one of their better dubs.
Shot down in front of his mom. Got the cards? Yeah, B. Pin numbers 2?
I gotta redo that. Because I botched that up so badly. Anyway, so do you know what the premise of Yu Yu Hakusho is?
Not really.
So, 14-year-old on middle school, Yusuke Urameshi.
Okay, screw you, game. I hit the circle button to get him fucked.
On his way back home from school, sees a kid he ended up entertaining earlier, or about to get run over by a car. He risks his life to save that kid. It reminisces about the day that he had at school, which consisted of him getting lectured by Keiko, whom he decided to have fun with by upskirting her, or as in actually lifting up her skirt, or in getting a look at her panties, and then she just bitch slaps him.
Combo breaker.
So then he ends up leaving school after he was wrongly accused of bullying a pair of students who ended up bullying some kid out of giving them his wallet, and how they ended up talking the kid into doing that by saying that he was a relative of, saying that he was related to Yusuke. So Yusuke ends up leaving school. It's talked to by his mother, who is usually drunk and whatnot. And he ends up getting into a fight with a classmate of his named Kazuma Kuwabara. Then after kicking in Kuwabara's ass, he ends up finding a kid playing with a soccer ball near a street. He entertains the kid after telling him maybe he shouldn't play in the street, but then, and you know the rest.
He gets run over by Truck Kun.
By a car that happened to be going too fast on the street. So then Yusuke, seeing his dead body as a ghost, is like, processing the fact that now he's a ghost, and he's visited by a woman in a kimono, who claims to be the pilot of the River Styx.
Okay.
And her name is Botan, and she said as that
Rabbit, what's up?
That she could, and after visiting the kid at the hospital, who ended up suffering just a few minor scrapes.
Always. Why?
And she tells him that there's an offer for him to get his life back. And however, Yusuke kind of refuses because he feels that everyone would be better off without him. So then Botan's like, oh, just go to your funeral and see how that turns out. Honestly, the funeral ends up being one of the most gut-wrenching parts of the show, and it's only the first episode. Can you believe that?
You're supposed to be keeping a fucking eye out. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Now you want me to call our rag and tell him you fools could have let somebody...
We see Keiko crying over his death. Kuwabara in disbelief over it. It's screaming at him to wake up and very deep in denial.
Oh, come on, I almost had him. What the fuck?
It's just...
Okay.
And it's just overall... Oh, that was a that really was just so gut-wrenching. Even the principal of Yusuke's school ended up having some tears to shed for him. And he ends up being a better person than either of the on-screen teachers who are just assholes. One of them being voiced by Sean Schemmel. I'll go figure.
Na 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 na.
And so after that, Yusuke ends up realizing that maybe he did mean something to all of these people in his life. So he accepts Botan's offer, and she takes him to Spirit World to meet with the son of King Enma, Koenma. That is literally the summarization of the first episode of the show. Which, by the way, the first 5 episodes he ends as a ghost. The rest, he's, alive.
Na 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 na.
Because Yoshihiro Togashi did want to spend more time with Yusuke as a ghost. Almost like in the manga. However, he ends up, but due to poor viewership, he ends up scrapping that idea and just getting him back to his human body. In a short span of time. And then, after getting back his body, Yusuke ends up being hired by Spirit World to become the spirit detective. Basically a guy who goes and punches demons in the face.
How did he see me through a fucking fridge?
That's a good question. So are there any questions to what I had just described to you?
So when do the really batshit crazy powers start showing up?
Around the second season when they get into the obligatory tournament arc.
Tournament arc!
Because it's a shonen fighting series. Did you really expect there to be that much subversion of expectations?
When I was watching Captain America Civil War, I came to the conclusion that was the first movie in modern Hollywood where they actually started trying to do that, trying to subvert expectations.
They were kind of subverting the expectation. The thing is, I actually liked the subversion of expectation in that movie as opposed to Last Jedi, because I was pleasantly surprised because I was not expecting Zemo to just
I was behind you. How do you have eyes in the back of your shaved head?
Because I know you don't like that movie, but I definitely enjoyed like the whole twist where Zemo basically used the footage that Cap had already seen of Tony's parents.
Cap didn't see that.
Well, the news article of Tony's parents getting killed.
Yeah.
Which kind of and Cap ended up finding out that that through Winter Soldier that it was Bucky, so Civil War just kind of, filled that gap in.
Yeah. The problem with that is that, for one thing, how do they have that VHS tape? For another thing, there was no guarantee.
They probably had it hidden around. They probably had to take it out of like wherever the security camera was feeding it into. Just because, can't have this evidence where the public could regularly access it. Now can we? Yeah,
why was the Winter? Yes, but why was the Winter Soldier not wearing his mask at the time?
That is actually a legitimate issue. It's like, why wasn't the Winter Soldier wearing his cool-looking mask that could have hidden his identity?
The one that the one that he wore when he killed Kennedy. After all.
Yeah. This is just, that's one thing that I actually am saying, yeah, that is a dumb thing in that movie. Why wasn't he wearing his mask?
And that's
one criticism I will definitely agree with you on that movie.
There's not just that, though. Well, for one thing, Zemo has no idea and no remote clue that the... God damn it. This is why you don't map the melee attack. This is why you don't map the goddamn melee attack to the same button as the parkour, Ubisoft.
Maybe Zemo was secretly behind the development of Watch Dogs.
Okay, so here's why. So the thing is, he has no way that he could possibly know that the Avengers won't just not show up or talk it out. Maybe for all he knows, the Avengers are just gonna talk out their differences and then all show up in arms.
But the thing is that he's doing this while in the midst of Tony and Cap's current, conflict of interest, which is, the Sokovia Accords, which I will agree that the timing on that is stupid.
Well, there's not just that. There's also the fact that, on top of that as well, you also have the fact that Black Panther, the only reason he shows up is because he follows Tony. The only reason Tony shows up is because he finds the information
information that ended up leaking on the news after Zemo basically was like, okay, now I can pretty much leak that I was pretty much behind all this. So here's the dead body,
and that also assumes that nobody would find out that he was the guy who kidnapped and killed the doctor before then.
Because apparently, according to the movie, it's like he was part of a Sokovian secret ops thing where he was meant to be like a covert thing. And so being a master of disguise has kind of been his profession.
Yeah, and then on top of that, he also doesn't know that Tony won't just look at the VHS tape and say, "Oh, you probably just put on that makeup that you used to pretend to be Bucky earlier,
But how could that? But how could that work? But how could that be even though Tony has seen Bucky's face and whatnot?
Well, yeah, but they also saw his face when they framed him as the bomber, so he has no reason not to think that.
And what reason would Tony not try to track down Steve after finding out all of this crucial information? And that basically could prove Steve's alibi?
That's a good question.
This is... the thing is that I can understand criticism of the overall movie's flaws, like the ones you pointed out. But the thing is it's like you would say with, like how you would probably like defend bits of Batman v Superman, and because it's like, don't forget, there's a lot of criticism surrounding that movie with character decisions as well. But the thing is, those are character or decisions, not, you know, decisions based on the movie, on what the filmmakers wanted to happen.
Yeah.
So so you could say that for both movies, they had a whole this was just like part of, like, you would imagine this is what the kind of thing that these characters would do. Lex Luthor would totally try to set it up so that Superman and Batman would end up having to fight each other in the end. And same case with Zemo, doing it to Tony and Cap. And since Superman and Batman don't really know each other all that well, Superman would find it hard to really, like, reason with.
But then you've also got
Batman.
Then you've also got the question of what happens if, for instance, all of the Avengers just show up at Zemo's door in Siberia. You know, then he's killed all those Winter Soldiers
for nothing.
Yeah, for literally nothing. He might as well keep them alive and tell them kill everything that comes through that door.
Well, how about this? Is what if Superman doesn't end up actually going with Lex Luthor? What if Superman just says okay, but then goes off to go hunt down on Martha? How does Lex know that Superman isn't going to end up going? How does Lex know if Superman isn't going to end up going after Batman? And when he doesn't have surveillance on
Here's the thing: they actually explained that in a scene that Warner Brothers cut.
In the Ultimate Edition that we didn't get in the theatrical cut, because fuck Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
I'm very aware of that argument. You've made very clear to me. So don't worry. The minute you said it's explained and I'm like, okay. I'm like, oh, it's another one of those Ultimate Edition things that isn't explained in the theatrical cut because Warner Brothers didn't want to give us an actually good movie.
Warner Brothers didn't want to give us the two movies the film was shot as.
And, you know, that would have made more sense than, you know, giving us the rushed Batman-Superman fight just so that they could do Marvel. Because let's be real, that might as well have been what Warner Brothers was doing at the time. They were more prioritizing how could we catch up to Marvel without, you know, taking our time, because taking your time has been something you were doing with the animated movie universe, so why can't you do it with this one?
Except, you know, for the last installment where it was 90 minutes.
Yeah, we're gonna get to commentating on that piece of garbage later. How did that get 100% on Rotten Tomatoes? That's what I want to know.
Good question.
Way I see it, they gave it to us. Our shit. We the police now. You have the right to suck my dick.
Okay, so after doing a bunch of that, let's go into Day of Reckoning.
Okay, so if I walk up to them and knock them out, nothing happens, but if I shoot them with my silenced pistol, everybody automatically knows where I am.
That's stupid!
Nah, they don't come out here no more. Not here. Nobody give a shit about this place. It ain't right, man. Way I see it, they gave it to us. Our shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, speaking of which, the Snyder Cut is going to be 4-hour-long episodes released to HBO Max.
Good. Because that way I could at least actually enjoy the full story of what Snyder wanted to tell. Oh, and at least he wants to take his god-dang time.
I'd like to see the full 4-hour cut of BVS, and I'd like to see the air cut of Suicide Squad show up soon.
You know, I know we have like the fact that I prefer, that I end up liking in Captain America Civil War. You hate it. I don't like BVS and you love it. It's just like, how is it that there can be such a difference, yet and it's like opposites attract? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now let's see here. If I can't...
What do you think? Expect anything?
There we go.
No, and it sounds like the club don't trust Iraq no more.
Good. Because they'll be dealing with me soon. When I call the shot...
And it's already dead.
I don't know what you done.
Got him right as he was burping.
Nice.
I literally walked right in front of you, man. How did you not notice that? Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know I could do that.
Huh?
Rabbit, what's up?
That's something you want to hear, bub. Trust me.
So, tell me.
Not here, fam. It's me. You got that dough on you?
Always. Why?
No, this gonna cost you. But it's worth it. Trust me.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
There we go. Reinforcement call disabled. Sadly, these two guys have each other's back.
And now I'm fighting against a pumpkin carriage. Which, by the way, this is the first boss of Aqua's story. As I'm sure, or you remember me fighting against it as Terra when I did the Mirage Arena the first time.
Yes, I believe so.
And it's already dead. So meanwhile, Terra and Aqua are like, isn't Ven supposed to be here?
Look, I'm on 500 with what I know.
And meanwhile, Ven's just
because you ain't got much time.
just messing around in the Mirage, you know?
Oh, you gonna threaten me? You gonna fuck with me, man? You think Iraq won't hear about this, man? What's wrong with you?
Oh, dude. Iraq? Serious? Iraq is your fucking problem.
I mean, tell me what you know. This better be good.
Look, it's simple. They gonna call you down to the bricks, and then they gonna kill you.
That's bullshit, man.
Whoa, hey, what are you doing, man?
I find it interesting how you ended up... I was weirded out by the fact that I'm like, wait a second, how does this have the song from the Justice League trailer on music in this video when I was looking over the commentary audio, and then I'm like, oh, because he left in that audio.
Yeah, I couldn't, for some reason, and I wasn't actually able to make that audio not be playing.
Still a good song.
Who's this?
Yep.
The guy who just saved your ass. And I can do a lot more if you cooperate. What are the bricks?
I still think my favorite bit in that commentary is like,
all right, pay attention.
Sponge Boy McCloud, I became an 80s villain.
This ain't right.
Okay, now. Go.
Ain't going out like this.
Go. Stay low.
I'm gonna kill that motherfucker bug.
Move.
Yeah. Moving.
Wow.
Let's see if this guy knows how to drive one of those trucks.
Move it.
Okay.
And now I am...
Okay, move.
I don't wanna die, man.
Move ahead.
I hear you.
Now, go.
This ain't right.
Go, quickly.
Okay, now, I need you to shoot this guy. You have a gun. I need you to pop a cap in his head.
I'm gonna kill that motherfucker.
Is it bad that I ended up saying that I heard that as I need you to pop a cap in his ass?
I mean, he could do that too. I don't care, just as long as he kills that motherfucker.
Oh my god.
Now, you do realize you have a fucking gun. Might just be a pistol, but you could deal with it.
Got a shotgun.
Look, it's a fucking death sentence. Look,
With my sawn-off shotgun hand on the pump.
Iraq's put a kill order on Bedbug?
yeah, man. If he can't prove himself, he's fucking dead. You saw Bug, man. Come on.
You might
man.
remember
You
this
never fucking
boss as
cared.
Terra's first boss in Birth by Sleep.
Where is this place?
It's been so long, I actually don't.
The bricks.
Well, he was the guy that we fought at the end of his visit to New Enchanted Dominion.
Look, that's nothing. I got you.
This is bad. If Bedbug's killed, I lose my way into Rossi Fremont.
I'm a stealing your car.
These foot soldiers don't mean anything to Iraq, but a weak link is no place in a gang. I've seen this happen to a few guys. They don't pull their weight and they get torn down hard.
And it's dead.
Bedbug can survive it. Show he's got what it takes. Iraq won't just save face.
Hi, Luna.
Show him off.
My little pitty's wandering about.
Okay, so the next mission has not shown up on here yet. Oh, the frame rate just decided to chug there for a second.
Chugga, 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 chugga. Choo choo.
Good timing. Your sweetheart Maurice was just moaning at me.
Sorry, I was reminded of Brain Scratch's playthrough of Sonic Genesis.
Yeah.
Because yes.
The one on the GBA?
Yes.
Why would anybody ever play that?
Because for shits and or giggles.
I mean, I know. Okay, I'm the guy who owns a bunch of GBA video titles, so I'm not really one to judge in that regard. But seriously, there are better ways to play Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yes, there's literally so many better ways to play one game. And the thing is even one of the co-commentators, Ryan, was like, "Why are we playing this awful port of a game? I mean, we've already done Sonic 1. By the way, I have quite an overpowered ability equipped onto Ven's person.
Is it the Batman ability? Because that's what this looks like.
What, his, what, his
I
helmet?
am vengeance. I am the night. I am...
A 16-year-old boy.
Bring in the boys.
AKA the Battinson trailer.
I thought you meant the explosives.
Oh, God.
Which is allegedly
Why are
a...
people eating up that that movie?
It's allegedly a
so
prequel.
bad.
I know,
No,
it is a...
No, it's not.
I know, but here's the thing. It's allegedly a prequel to BVS, which, first off, that's bullshit because Gordon is black and not played by J.K. Simmons. And, second, they kind of have inextricable ties to the first two movies in the Dark Knight trilogy already, so, yeah.
Wow, that's so dumb. This movie's already gonna suck.
Now that's Warner Brothers. That's Warner Brothers for you, so.
Da-da-da-da-da, boink.
Ping! Bounces off into a parked van. Here, hold that. Great. Thanks.
Okay, buddy, what the fuck are we doing here?
But then again, I could take Ventus.
Why did you bring me an
more
ice cream
seriously.
truck with 2 dead bodies in it?
I could take Ventus a little more seriously than I can take Robert Pattinson as Batman.
You know, I can't really fault the, I can't really fault him too much in that regard. It's the design of the movie that irritates me.
Well, don't forget, he's the same idiot who said, I'm not going to work out for Batman.
I do think that was a joke.
Yeah, it's like a...
I hope that was a joke. For his sake.
I don't need a practice round. No, just let me get a little clearer. Jordy! Fuck.
So, how overpowered would my build for Ventus be in terms of, like, going up against other various threats besides the ones he's fighting?
Okay, I'm gonna bring my vehicle back here because I know... Thank you, game. Thank you.
This guy, I can inflict 2 different things with those short-range laser beams of his. He can inflict a burn status with the light beam and blindness with the dark beam.
Rack's men were gonna kill Bedbug right here. I don't need the complications.
Get used to hearing Jesse McCartney grunt like that, because he's going to be doing that a lot.
You guys ran into my fucking truck. That is not my fucking fault, guys.
Indeed. It ain't your fault. All that these guys suck. Oh, now we get to fight Trinity Armor again. Because it's if fighting him in three different campaigns in story mode isn't enough. If we have to fight him 3 different times, or rather 6 different times in the Mirage Arena.
Of course.
Oh, and by the way, one reused boss in the one reused boss that doesn't show up in the Mirage Arena is the mirror. Is the evil Queen's mirror in the Snow White world. You fight it once as Terra, and then you fight it again as Aqua. Oh, and those hourglass things can inflict stop?
Go commit stop.
Not what I meant to cast, but whatever. I swear, if it wasn't for the fact that... Oh, and as you think that Ven could possibly be any more busted?
Ooh, I don't know. He could have giant boobs.
I don't even with that thought process. So, once again, Trinity armor. Oh, and I also have a skill called Renewal Block equipped onto Vent, and which basically means anytime I perform a successful block on an enemy's attack, I end up regaining health. Nice. Oh, lovely. I had to fight the Iron Imprisoner number 3.
Oh, wait, there's the... Is that where it is? No, it is not. Oh, there it is.
There, you didn't blow yourself up.
Not yet. Just trying to figure out where these guys meet so I can have some surprises waiting for them.
Ooh, booby traps, fun.
More tire tracks. And the cars coming from both ends.
So now, quite literally, round 3. Fight.
Still have time.
I mean, I kind of already pre-prepared, so...
Tire tracks. Someone's regular parking spot.
And he's dead. You just got pwned, FTW. Now you're dead 'cause we killed you. We took you by surprise. Boom! We just saw you roaming the forest and said, let's kill those guys. Ooh, good idea. You're a squirrel who somehow has money and sometimes swords and shields. I don't care if you're a cute bunny. I'll kick your ass for real. You know where that's from.
That's the Final Fantasy theme song sung to a, well, the battle theme, or the victory theme. Yeah.
Same damn low sweater. Times is rough. So I got with a sick tight click and went all in. Catching keys from 4 C's. Roll on beats every week. 40 G's. Promise to sleep behind the angle of the tech now. Bow. Move from the gate now. Cash moves everything around me. Green, get the money. Dollar bill, yo. Moves everything around me. Green, get the money. Dollar bill, yo. It's been 22 long, hard years. Still struggling. Survival got me bugging. But I'm alive on arrival.
Ven's stratosphere is extremely broken.
Your friends can't come to the phone right now. They're dead.
So in terms of armor design, what do you make of Ven's armor?
We're still in Batman territory as designed by Square Enix.
But is that good or bad?
Yes.
He's getting away.
Okay, okay, bad in what way?
Bad as in it's a bit too jagged, I think.
Well, this is a PSP game ported to the PlayStation 4. So to be fair, it is going to be very jagged.
I mean, primarily in terms of design, not polygons.
Okay. Though, is it more jagged than Terra's armor?
I don't know. I can't remember what that looks like.
Basically brown, but...
Get the fucking bike up, Aiden.
Basically very brown.
Not
this
brown,
at least has a bit
brown.
This at least has a bit more color variation to it.
Yes, it does. Not brown. Brown.
Stratosphere is overpowered, Ven. The finished command. Were you trying to sound like Johnny Depp?
No. I was actually doing a Gabriel Morton impression there.
They're dead.
The fuck?
It sounded like Depp.
Hey, who's still standing?
More specifically, his Jack Sparrow impression.
Come on, man.
He's getting away. Your report to Iraq. Bedbug's as good as dead.
The thing is, at least there is At least with Ven's armor, there's some color variation to, like, separate it from the various layers of the armor. Where there wasn't really much color variations with Terra.
A mysterious white guy in a trench coat got out of a Viceroy car to shoot somebody else in a Viceroy car. Yes, there are dozens, literally dozens of witnesses to that act date, and that is not a, terrible idea whatsoever.
What, my suggestion?
No, I'm talking to my character.
You know, the thing is since Tony has never seen, like, the actual incident of his parents getting killed in any capacity, that's kind of why he calls into question in the footage is that that Zemo shows him, and he's like, "What's this?"
Yeah.
And I'm just like, "Oh no." And then as Tony's just like glaring at the screen, and as Bucky is seen killing his mom and dad, I'm like, oh no, this isn't good.
Yeah. I just figure it would be more in character for him, especially in that movie, if he just repulsor blasted the screen and cut Zemo out of that fucking chamber. Because he'd be like, yeah, whatever, you've already...
Isn't that something similar to
how it should have ended, did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
I just bought Bedbug the reputation he always wanted. Now,
not that wouldn't be a bad suggestion.
Little blackmail threat.
But don't forget what kind of person Tony is.
I give, but I can also take away.
Bedbug spotted me rolling up in a Viceroy's car. Yes, totally.
I hate this move. Oh, that's Zach Dutt.
I think you should be more worried about the guys walking down the street holding guns. How can anybody see me while I'm hiding in these bushes?
I'm just going to stand here and wait for Hades to come to me.
Where the fuck are they? Well, look at that. I wish Bloom could fix crazy.
Come here.
Hello?
Why'd you hang up on me?
And what the fuck?
Hey, look, I just have to stand over here and wait for him.
I had a job for you.
Because that doesn't sound like...
It's a job for Ben.
Because that doesn't sound like idiotic AI in any way whatsoever. Especially when I just Goomba stomped on his head. Ventus's screen nuke, ultimate finisher screen nuke, is essentially him Goomba stomping on people before... As if he doesn't have enough screen nukes. Ventus really is prepared to take on Thanos and Galactus. With how much nuclear power he's packing.
What you want?
And and Terra and Aqua were genuinely worried about him, and I'm like, he's a walking nuclear warhead. I think he's fine.
What will he do when I send him everything I've got? You want to see more?
No.
Erase this shit, please.
So, does any of what I'm saying or doing right now sound exaggerated in the slightest?
Not quite.
Oh, and now I'm gonna. Oh, and just to make things even better, Ventus is gonna take on the Frost Giant.
Why you keep calling me, man? You gonna get me killed.
Tell me how to get close to Iraq.
I am literally standing underneath him and just doing all this damage to him.
You want to rethink your answer?
And I just beat his ass.
The auction. He'll be at Quinn's auction.
What kind of
I
auction?
honestly don't know how to feel about that.
Not your normal kind of auction. Invite only.
So get me an invite.
I literally beat him by... I pretty much...
Alright.
Kicking him in the shin.
Be ready.
How did it go? Did you find a way into?
So now I gotta go through a scenario where I gotta fight the mimic guy.
Let's talk about the access card Iraq was wearing. That's our only way into his room.
It's an RFID tag. We can clone it, but you need to get very close.
Bedbug says Iraq's attending an auction. That's my chance.
The auction, yes. Remember that briefcase Iraq had?
Hard to forget. Crush the guy's skull with it.
Right.
Oh, and just as a... Oh, and...
You can thank me now because
just imagine how this was back... How this was probably to me back when I was playing this on the PSP. Just imagine doing all of this on that thing.
On a,
I'm sending the briefcase location now.
On a 480 by 234, I believe, screen?
Yes.
Let's see here.
Obviously, the,
No, 272.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a very strange resolution, isn't it?
Indeed. Oh, and out of all, like, the endgame finishers that the characters get to do, I have to say Aqua's is definitely the lamest. Because Terra gets Tetris, whereas Ven gets a screen nuke on top of all the other screen nukes that he's capable of getting in this game. And Aqua just basically he gets to throw a bunch of energy spheres at people, and I'm just
Joel
like,
Sinclair is banned from the local gym.
Oh goodness. Oh, and you know it was also a really good game on the PSP. Hey, that never got ported.
Let's see here. Brandish the Dark Revenant. We've also got Crisis Core, obviously.
Yes, that definitely needs to get a port. You may not like Dracula X Chronicles, but I certainly enjoyed that game.
No, I like the game. I don't like the translation. That's the problem.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. That's reasonable argument.
Yeah.
The gameplay itself is great.
Because
here's the thing.
it comes with Symphony of the Night and all that.
Yeah.
And that makes it more than worth it just on its face.
Just for well, that and also the original Rondo of Blood. If you're not a fan of playing the 3D remake.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you have to unlock those.
Yeah, which are pretty simple platforming challenges.
Simple.
They're worth it.
Stiff. The controls are very stiff. That's part of the reason why I don't care for
I didn't really have a problem with that game's control. I could do most of it. Without any real issue. Because it's just, for me, it's just kind of a matter of practicing.
Well, yeah, I managed to get it. It was just really irritating.
And before long, the 3D remake ended up being my favorite Castlevania game of all things.
Weird.
I know I have ridiculously low standards, and I've beaten the original Rondo of Blood, and I also have Super Castlevania 4 under my belt. Which, by the way, Super Castlevania 4 is godlike.
The boss wanted me to explain just how important this is. You're not just carrying a case of names and invites. You're carrying the future of our business. Background check.
Like, have you actually ever played that game?
Super 4?
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
Good. Because I was a little worried.
Hey, would you like one? As we're going out of business sale.
It's also a Super Nintendo game that I gotta get down to revisiting at some point.
Do you see the case?
I do, it's moving.
The original Earthbound?
Yeah.
What?
Quinn's guys are pulling
probably ought to also play...
well, actually not the original. That's Mother's... That's,
I was gonna say. You should probably get around to playing Mother 1, too.
Yeah, I have both of those on my Wii U.
Yeah, there's actually a version
trying to
of
confuse the detection software.
Mother 1
Interesting.
where they fixed some of the weird shit with the sprites. A fan hack.
Well, Mother 1 was a Super Nintendo. Well, Mother 1 was a NES game.
Yeah, but this was this can actually run on an original NES.
Ah.
Okay.
I got it. It's so pretty. You did? I can't believe it. It's pink, a bright fuck you pink, with glitter stars on the handle.
A bright fuck you pink. I have no idea what that's supposed to mean, but okay.
A pink gun. I so want to shoot something. Now.
Some people will end up not liking the whole fact that in Mortal Kombat and other NetherRealm fighting games, there's this thing where characters end up doing like this weird thing where they use like a super move to travel a easily surmountable distance from and it's just to get
You got the case on a boat.
Head to their side of the screen.
Here. I'm gonna follow.
Maybe I can see where they're going. Give me a sec.
How was I spotted? How the fuck was I spotted? Please explain that.
I would love to, but...
You got the case on a boat heading upriver. You got a bike here. I'm gonna follow.
Maybe I can see where they're going. Give me a sec.
And the thing is, it's like, at first I was like, wait a minute.
I am behind you.
For the idea that you had in mind for Catwoman and Slee, I'm like, I'm like, wait a minute. And aren't they already separate people in my mind? But then I'm like, no, this is subject to change.
You got the case on a boat heading up.
Get what I mean?
You got a bike here.
What were you saying about who was separate people?
Catwoman and Talia.
I guess this will be a short
yeah.
trip. There's another drop for another pickup.
Because you were suggesting our shared universe, they would be one and the same, but I was like, wait a minute, didn't I already write them as two separate people on my thing? But then I'm like, nah, this thing's subject to change, so I can always just, you know, adjust that when the time comes.
Yeah, well, that was just an idea I came up with while I was really tired.
So you weren't being entirely serious?
No, I was being entirely serious. I just didn't know if it made any sense. That's the problem.
Right. So, didn't really make much sense, but I'm sure... Didn't really make much sense, and in hindsight, it's like... Like, yeah, maybe after a while thinking about it, maybe let's not go too crazy. Yeah, what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we can go crazy, but we just can't, you know, cross that boundary.
Hey, this is a cool place.
Yeah, it's a cool place and it only gets colder.
You're butting on up now, wait till you get older. But the media men beg to differ, judging by the hole in the satellite picture. The ice we skate is getting pretty thin. The water's getting warm, so you might as well swim. The world's on fire, how about yours? And that's the way I like it, and I never get bored.
I swear that song has been in a lot of things, including Digimon.
Hey now,
you're an all-star. Get your game on. Go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on. Get paid. All that glitters is gold.
only shooting stars break the mold. So, you want to know something, kind of funny?
What?
During a college biology project, I actually encoded All-Star into a DNA strand that we were encoding.
How did that go?
The teacher laughed.
Did you at least pass?
Yeah.
I would have been a little disappointed if you didn't pass. Because I'm like, if you got the teacher to laugh, I would think maybe... I would think maybe you would end up passing or at least getting it... Or at least being, like, getting an A for effort.
I mean, I passed Bio 1 and 2 with such a high score that I didn't actually have to take the final exams, so...
Nice. So, you know, the weird thing is like, at first I was wanting to plan like a Justice League versus Titans scenario, kind of similar to how the original, how that movie it was, but then I was like writing in the Legion of Doom fight, I kind of forgot to include the context of why the League and the Legion are fighting in Metropolis. But then I went and watched a bit of the movie, and I was like, oh yeah! They're fighting because Lex ended up interrupting the opening ceremonies of the Hall of Justice.
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice... Meanwhile, at the Hall of Just Ice...
So the Legion of Doom, in the actual movie, basically consisted of Lex Luthor, or Toymaster, or Cheetah, Solomon Grundy and Weather or Wizard. Whereas in my version, it's going to be pretty much the same roster or as like my version of Justice League Doom, since I wanted to adapt that storyline. But I'm like, no, I'm going to go with the Doom version than the friggin' comic version, because the comic version's a little too how do I put this? A little too dumb. If that makes any sense to you.
Kinda.
Like, I get it, Ra's al Ghul is quite the tactician, but I'm like, even with all these members of the League of Assassins, I don't think you would realistically be able to pull off half of the stuff that he does in the comic.
Hey, bullshit.
Because I was just like, I'm like, does he at least have other allies or other villains that could help with this, like in Justice League Doom? But then I find out, no, he doesn't. And I'm like, okay, that is so dumb. Because the Legion of Doom at least made more sense in the sense that, okay, it's personal between these guys, so that's why they're helping Vandal Savage. Yeah, what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
And yes, I think Vandal Savage is better than Ra's al Ghul.
Less chances of me getting caught.
Because at the very least, it's an actual immortal caveman, and as opposed to, you know, a guy who has to rely on a pool of Mountain Dew to revive himself every so often. Yes, I boiled down the Lazarus Pit to it being basically Mountain Dew. What are your thoughts on that?
Ra's al Ghul is secretly an ancestor of the Katsuragi family.
What now?
Did you remember the gag from episode 2?
Of what series? Remind me.
Alternative Saga.
Oh my god! I totally forgot about that. So Ra's al Ghul is related to Misato, according to your logic.
Well, you were the one who said the Lazarus Pit was Mountain Dew.
Yeah, but the thing is, that was Shinji's apartment, isn't it, in your writing?
Yes, but Misato drinks a lot of Mountain Dew.
Instead of, you know, water?
No, instead of alcohol.
Oh my god. And Shinji's apartment in that is packed to the brim with dew. Oh, and now we get to fight the Iron Imprisoner 4 for the ultimate shot lock for Ven.
I got a shotgun. How did nobody notice that when I missed 5 times? Okay, so I gotta wait for this jackass to pass by this other jackass before I shoot this jackass in the head.
Well, at least I had... No, come on, Ven!
I've killed all of the people in the marina. There's nobody left for me to run away from. It is a blank clipboard. Aiden Pierce, Master Infiltrator,
I'm sending the guest
just
list from the case.
took a picture of an empty clipboard.
Security
How bizarre.
Okay, so we'll find you a suitable identity. Not a regular.
Someone from out of the country. A guy they won't recognize.
Okay. Okay. This one. Can you pull off a Mr. Bang?
I don't think so.
Of course, when he's doing that vacuum technique, he can't be locked on to for some stupid ass reason.
That's the one.
Oh my god. They list his preferences.
And he's doing this crap again.
And filthy rich, too.
Will anyone miss him?
What do you mean, miss him?
Clara, if I'm stealing his identity, I can't have him around blowing my cover. I can't keep him alive.
Oh. No, I guess not.
My sister's missing, Clara. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get her. Listen, if this is too much for you, you can walk away. I'll understand.
No, I'm fine. Nobody's going to miss this dog.
Come on!
He's supposed to pick up his car at the dealership.
I had him. You're leaving me no choice, game.
I want to see if the game will let me go to the lighthouse.
Hi, this is Aiden, Jack's uncle. I want to make sure things are going okay there.
First, I want to know if
the
things are
summit
okay with
is the
Nikki.
site of
We
the
haven't heard
last
from her.
thing we'll be
She's still
fighting
working
in this
things out.
game.
She just needs a
And
little
let me
more
tell
time.
you,
Well, Jackson misses her terribly.
that boss
She should at least give him a
Honest-
call. I can tell he's
doesn't
restless.
feel like
He's
playing
not happy here.
nice.
I understand. And I'll let her know. You have any problems with Jax, anything at all, if he
I'm
wanders
just
off
gonna go to
or
a place where there's
anything,
a shop.
you call me right away.
I will.
No,
You take care of that
fuck
sister
no.
of yours.
Yeah, I am.
I almost went into that place.
The naughty place.
The place with that dreadful music.
M-I-C-K-E-Y.
Not that place. Not that place, no.
I'm not supposed to be here.
Alright, game, I'll play it your way.
Well, I guess it's not Burger King then. 'Cause otherwise, it'd be playing it your way.
If it were playing it my way, then there would be bosses with proper hit stun.
Let's see here.
I could be playing a better Kingdom Hearts game, but I'm choosing to do this one for now because it is technically a prequel, and I felt like I might as well tell the story in order. No matter how stupid or ridiculous it is.
Nice. Okay. All right.
Now, how much money should I leave here? Should I leave 420? I think I'm gonna leave 420.
Go ahead.
I'd leave 42, but the game doesn't let me.
Here's a little something.
Now, let's see here. What is that? Missing persons. There we go.
I'll probably go back to my usual set of one once I finish. Once I
Okay,
finish
so we
clearing stuff in the Mirage Arena.
we just found a body bag with a mask on it and a bunch of stuff that looks like it came straight out of the fucking Chizo mythos.
So, do you think it's weird that I'm borrowing bits from the Shazam movie which had the main criticism of it being, you know, too comical.
I mean, just about anything can have something good in it that you can make better.
And you know, the thing is like, I do enjoy Shazam even with the comedic tone, mostly due to the fact that it feels a bit more in character for Billy to be, you know, funny, because he's a kid in an adult's body.
Well, yes, but why does Batman, who some people didn't even think was real until recently, have a intercepted audio look, have action figures in the store?
And well, Superman also has action figures as well.
Yeah, and we don't have a Tony Stark out here doing, you know, marketing.
Yeah. But then again, I'm sure somebody must be marketing the Justice League in some way.
Well, time to go away from here. Nothing important here. Here, this place will never become important. See you later. Bye. Now, back on the main quest. Which I'm certain this area will never intersect with.
I do really like how Payback Raid gives you quite a number of invincibility frames. Oh, come on! And speaking of invincibility frames, I might want to switch out Thunder Roll. Well, because that doesn't give me invincibility frames. Gotta have those iframes, man.
Gotta get that Thunderball rolling.
I don't want to get anything from the shop yet until I have all the metal stuff. The metal achievement. It's done. Uncut. Thanks for reminding me what I have. By the way, I forgot to show you the ability that I said was overpowered. Do you see this right here? Just look at that ability. What does that say?
XP
Alex?
Walker.
And what does it do?
1 XP for every step you take. That sounds like, have you ever heard of the game, oh, I think somebody might be going to town in this boat. Just a little bit too hard, guys. You might want to slow down before you break something.
It's gonna. I definitely think.
Have you ever heard of the game Quest 64? Is what I was gonna say.
Oh, that game that Jared reviewed a while back.
Yeah, had a similar thing where if you like.
Yeah, if you run around enough, that increases your speed.
Yep.
Yeah, that is something you have to level up and whatnot. Not in that game.
Oh, sorry. Is that person gonna come back up?
I still think one of the most
apparently
memeable
not. That
dub
person's
names
dead.
in all. One of the most memeable dub name changes in JoJo is Zipper Man.
What was that originally?
Sticky Fingers.
How do you get
because
Zipper Man?
Its power is literally to make zippers appear, or when he punches things.
Okay.
So at least that makes a bit of sense.
Yeah, that works, sort of.
I joke around with my sisters who watch the Japanese version of JoJo JoJo Part 5 before watching the dub. I joke around saying, like, his name is Superman, even though I know it's Sticky Fingers. 'Cause just to kind of, mess with them. And then recently I have gone on on an attempted record to say that I will not be picking up one of my sister's dogs while I was down there.
What were you just saying?
I was saying that I apparently had gone on record to say that I wasn't going to be picking up one of my sisters. That I kind of joke around with my sister saying like, oh, it's Superman, not Sticky Fingers, even though I know for a fact it's Sticky Fingers, and I don't agree with the Dub's decision to do that.
Now, that reminded me of what I was going to say. Have you ever heard, have you ever watched the show, Inhumans?
No.
Have you ever read the comic Inhumans?
No.
Okay. Have you heard of Black Bolt? Black Bolt is one of the members of the Inhuman royal family. His real name is Blackagar Boltigan.
What the
Wait, please! Oh! My face, motherfucker!
Oops.
I'm sorry, what?
We need the police, quickly! Please!
Care to repeat that?
His name is Blackagar Boltigan.
So anyway, as I was saying, there's like a running thing going on with me and my sister, where I'm saying like I won't be picking up one of my sister's golden retrievers. And I'm like, some part of me is actually serious about this, but other parts of me are like, yeah, I'm just messing with them again. And the worst part is, I may be listening to the part that's actually just messing with them. And because that dog is adorable.
Give it up!
Yeah. Somebody in the Anime Outsiders, Discord said that naming him Blackagar Boltigan when his superhero name is Black Bolt is the equivalent of having Superman's real name being Super Clark Man Kent.
What? What? That just... Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's amazing, man. Okay,
You know, the other characters have like names like Scott Summers, Jean Grey, Professor Xavier, Charles Xavier. Yes, but here's the thing: there's no functional, actual difference between the mutants and the Inhumans. It's just a legal difference.
And yet the Inhumans are like, oh, we're totally different from mutants, and I'm like, bullshit.
Yeah, the Inhumans have to be awakened by this fucking rock that lets off a gas.
Wasn't that the same rock that Hydra was using for like you know, sacrifices and whatnot?
If I remember correctly, yes.
Yeah. I was gonna say, or whatever that bullcrap was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, basically.
So all this time, Hydra ends up worshipping a guy that looks like he cosplays Cthulhu.
Shit. Keep forgetting Claire's not used to this. I'm gonna scare her off if I'm not careful. Crispin's my ticket into the auction and my only shot at getting close to Iraq. He needs to disappear.
I just still can't get over the fact that somebody decided it was a good idea to name character Blackagar Boltigan. Because neither of those are real names.
I'm not getting over that either.
Going quiet.
Man, that was just Oh my god. If I tell my sisters this, they're gonna think I'm making this up. They're gonna think I'm making this crap up.
Yeah. Well, hell, man. And I didn't believe it till I looked it up.
I wasn't a true believer in the way until I found the way.
But then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. Not
Wasn't that a cover of a Monkees song?
Yes.
Which do you prefer, Smash Mouth or the Monkees?
Honestly, they both have aspects that are good. I think the Smash Mouth version has more energy to it, but the Monkees version sounds maybe just a bit more authentic.
Exotic and fast.
Which is ironic, considering that the Monkees were not really a real band, quote unquote.
That seems peculiar. I hate mandrakes. And now we're going up once again against the Iron Imprisoner 4 because me getting my ass kicked last time wasn't enough.
That one. Get it ready for my return.
A purple rolls. Nice.
He must have a schedule or something on his phone. Can't let him get away.
Hang on a sec, I gotta
So,
take a drink of
what do you
water.
think of the idea of Jason O'Mara as Batman in the DC animated movie universe?
I haven't heard him much, so I have no real point of reference.
Basically, you're familiar with Firefly, right?
The TV show?
Yeah, he was in that.
Who did he play?
I forget the name of his character, but I'm sure if you look it up, you'll find out.
That's what I'm doing right now. He was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Well, it is a Joss Whedon directed show, so
Yeah, he was Jeffrey Mace. And then there was, let's see here.
Come on, Van, come on. You have iframes now. Abuse them.
No, he was not in Firefly. That's weird.
Even though I could have sworn he was.
I also can't see anything about him being in Serenity. But he also played Albert Wesker in Resident Evil Extinction.
Ah, yes.
Let's see here. Resident Evil Extinction, loosely based on Resident Evil 5. Resident Evil Extinction came out in 2007. Resident Evil 5 came out 2009.
That's dumb.
That's fantastic, guys.
I swear the Iron Imprisoner 4 is dumb just because of this attack that you see right now. Just look at this. That is way too much red.
That is a lot of red.
And he's dead.
Red and dead, just like Redemption.
But do we get to see horse testicles?
I don't know. Do you want to?
No.
Okay, then I guess we won't.
He must have a schedule or something on his phone.
Okay, so
Can't let him get away.
For now, the rest of the stuff is going to mainly be like you know, just doing this, and for the other types of achievements and rewards in the Mirage Arena, there is also having to do command board, which luckily You don't have to do all of the command boards available in the game. You only need to do one with the least amount of points required to win it, and just I think at least seven or 9 times. Which that can get, even that can get a little monotonous, if you ask me.
Yeah, so you don't have to play Mario Party forever.
Schedule or something.
Yes.
Can't let him get away.
So I'm probably gonna have to do all that off screen with Ven and Taranaka, because what part of my audience actually what part of any audience that I might have would want to see that?
You can do it all on screen if you want. More content for you that way. More content.
Oh, God. More content for Connor McLeod.
No, that wasn't what I was going for. That was a Dark Side Phil thing.
I know, but I'd rather go with Connor. Your friggin' Highlander's gonna be living rent-free in my head. all thanks to you. Am I happy for that fact? Yes.
Can't let him get away.
Because Highlander was actually a really good movie.
You should probably I'd check out the TV show in my own time if I were you, because that's actually a pretty damn good show.
I don't doubt that.
It's also the only good sequel that the movie has ever had.
You better turn around.
Whoa, I'm gonna have to stop you right there. Do your job. Keep him away from me.
Shit.
Yeah, at the very least.
At the very least.
That's a schedule or something.
Yeah, at the very least, when I
can't let him get away.
When I do this challenge, I can get it done really quick. Just by doing that, because the setup I'm using. Let's look at those. Look at that metal gain. So at the very least, I can get at the metal achievements done really quick. Though command board, like I said, is going to take some time. You know, someone once asked, when Phil was like playing Kingdom Hearts, at one point, when someone had asked him when he planned on doing Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, but then Phil was like, "Oh, I'll do it when Kingdom Hearts 3 gets a release date."
And has he ever done it since?
I am not bold enough to check his channel to find out.
Hey, get some more guys out here. I got it. I'll cut it off. I'll run this guy off the road.
And Monstro is dead yet again.
How many times you gotta kill that fucking whale?
I don't know. We're whalers on the moon, and we carry our harpoons, but there ain't no whale, so we tell tall tales and sing our whaling tune.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
That's Kingdom Hearts 3, man. I love the young people. You know, Monstro itself is a world in Kingdom Hearts 1.
Oh, wow.
Luckily, we don't have to kill the whale. Oh, and guess who's involved in the plot of that plot of that world?
Aquaman?
I wish. If it were Jason Momoa, he would show up and make the plot actually interesting. No. Oh, Pinocchio and Geppetto.
All about you. You want to break the girl? That's your business once you're out of the country, but you will not put Mr. Quinn at risk while you're in Chicago. We've lined up a gift for you at the Infinite 92. Ask for the Poppy Special. That's where you'll find your invite to the auction.
Okay, so now I gotta go ask for the Poppy Special.
Was on his way to pick up something called the Poppy Special.
I'm a fucking whaler, man. This game has turned me into a whaler.
No official listings.
I get the feeling this is going to be highly illegal, no matter what the result is.
What?
On the ground, of course.
What you're
the
doing?
The Poppy Special, yes.
Oh, God.
Poppy would have survived the meeting. What kind of auction is this?
I think we both know the answer.
Okay, so...
Crispin's invited.
How? No, wait. So... who do you think... So, how many times are we going to be seeing the age-long debate of Goku versus Superman?
Too many.
Even now, when there has been 2 death battles where the winner is Superman, and I'm just like,
if Goku had won, then it would have gone the other way. People would be arguing that Superman should have won.
Yes, Goku, Superman. What idiots! Yeah, Naruto would kick both their asses, says Zoro.
Sure he would. With that puny-ass fucking spirit bomb bullshit.
If you're wondering what I'm referencing, it's, basically Schmuck Squad's attempt at abridging, one piece called Dumb Piece.
As opposed to None Piece.
Yes, and Luffy in that also talks like he's friggin' Sean Connery.
I should probably get a new car. You think I should get a new car? I think there's something wrong with my car.
You are entirely comprised to fail. Oh, failure breeds success.
Oh yeah, I gotta get a new car now. Fortunately, there's one right here. And nobody comments on the fact that I left a... Oh, hey, it's the fire department. Those guys are gonna take care of that for me.
Of course they are.
Thanks for taking care of my car, guys.
So why explain yourself to law enforcement when you could just have the fire department handle everything?
Yeah, I could just park my flaming Hulk of a car in the middle of the road and let the fire department put it out. While I steal a new car so that I can get to my mission.
And meanwhile, I'm sure everybody would get bored of me killing the same fucking whale over and over again.
I am all monstered up for the monster ball. You just keep your hands as little as possible.
Like I said, Kingdom Hearts 3 is when the how many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man meme becomes more prominent because even though everything that happened...
The famous vigilante does not even bother putting on a disguise before showing up to impersonate somebody else.
Oh, he's more of a master disguise than that one guy from that at Happy Madison movie.
And they take one gun, which isn't even my signature weapon, from me.
What happened to the guards assigned to you, sir?
They couldn't keep up.
By the way, if you think I can wreck the game as Ventus, Aqua, well, she can wreck the game even more. I know, the fragile mage. How is she going to wreck the game even more than this walking nuclear bomb? Trust me, Alex. Aqua is quite literally a mimetic badass for a good reason.
Mr. Quinn wanted to ensure you're comfortable. On his behalf, we offer you a special gift. Please, enjoy as much as you like.
Yes, because whatever the fuck it is planning on happening is gonna be
gift, eh?
totally secret behind those fucking doors.
What's your name? Poppy?
I know about you. What you do to girls.
I've thrown so many friggin' bombs at this whale. Oh, how is he not unconscious?
It's okay.
This poor whale gets abused whenever our people are grinding up metals in the Mirage Arena. Monstro be like, oh shit!
Mr. Crispin,
Anytime someone picks his event.
Me again and you're next.
I'm not gonna hurt you. Just come with me. I can help you.
No. They'll find me.
I just got attacked by a woman with no top on, and now she's covering up her boobs for some reason.
Are you?
My name is Pierce.
And you gave her your real name.
Why? Was this written by Neil Druckmann?
I don't know. My name is Pierce.
And then he gets shot in the leg.
Remember when we went out to that club? You were so wasted. You wet yourself. I laughed so hard, I was crying.
Funny enough, Miss Anthroponi brought up an interesting point in his review for Last of Us 2, where he says like